want to talk about putting harnesses on dogs. People keep talking about dogs going harness sour, and for a lot of dogs that go harness sour, I'm going to show you why they do it. This is a Bridgeport harness. Bridgeports are beautifully made harnesses. This Bridgeport is probably about 10 years old, at least 10 years old. It's in perfect shape. The shearling is a bit matted down because I used it with cooler. It's real shearling, real leather. These are extremely nice harnesses, and I've heard a lot of people say that dogs go harness sour on them. I'm going to show you why. This is handler error, user error, which is most of what happens with service dogs anyway, or any dog. Here, Ola, walk up, come. Here we go. And it is because, I'm going to open this up a bit. Okay, we teach a dress command so the dog understands that his head is going to go through something. You want to train the dog so he's very happy about going into a harness, right? So Olaf, oh, I clicked for no reason. I'm going to put this on my, hi happiness. Okay, Olaf dress, here we go, see him put his head through. And now what a lot of people do, here Olaf, walk up, here we go. They thunk the harness down. Bridgeports are very heavy duty leather, and they're a slightly heavy harness because of the good quality of this leather. I know it sounds like a commercial, but I really like this kind of harness. You see the thickness of this leather and the many layers of leather. No, I'm not trying to take it off, buddy. Okay, so it's a heavy harness. It's supposed to be so it holds up. Look how new this looks. Here, I'm going to bring the dog over. Come here. Here you go. And this was actually, this had been left out. This has been outside for about, I haven't used it. It's been outside for about 4 years. It had a little bit of mold on it, and we cleaned it up, and there's no damage to it. This is amazing. So we just put some neat's foot oil on it and conditioned it, and you see the good shape it's in? That's because it's a heavy leather, right? So it's heavy. People put it over the dog's head. No, you're good, you're good. He's trained to back up out of it when we do this. And they go thunk, right, on the spine. That's what makes dogs harness sour. Okay, come here, walk up. Bring him around. Come here, sweetheart. Come here, walk up. Walk up. Just backing him up so you can see. Is that cool? Mm-hmm. See? All right, cool. Okay, so they wonk on the spine every time, and the dog starts seeing it coming, and he's in the other room. Well, of course, right? This is a feather over dress, so he knows what's coming. And then you settle it like a feather, and you make happy talk the whole time you're putting it on. And we usually give a treat, or we certainly give a lot of cuddles, because I took this apart, so I'm going to be adjusting this for a good 2 or 3 minutes while I adjust. And we do a lot of adjustments all day because we're usually putting coolers on and off and sorting things out, and it doesn't look quite right, and my baby's got to be comfortable, etc., etc. Is that right? Is that good? What a good boy. Thank you, baby. And reward praise, and it is a feather, so make sure you never thunk it down. I think people think it's like they see horses get tacked up on the westerns, and they see the saddles get thunked down. Well, saddles never actually get thunked down on a horse for the same reason. You're not going to thunk anything on a spine. Think of your spine. Hey, buddy, it's a feather. Okay? So that's a really common reason dogs go harness sour. No matter what kind of harness, don't put it down hard. Okay? So I'm going to show a couple other harnesses, how they go on and off. There we go. Olaf, back up. There you go. So that's how we train. So the dog is a participant. He knows what's coming. He knows dress, and he knows back up. This is one of ours, and there's a lot of gear on this. Our harnesses are very light. They're made of webbing, not leather, so we can use them with coolers because we're in Florida, and it is, see, he's panting, and it's only 70. But he's got more hair than he's used to, and we've been fooling around a little bit today and playing and just, I don't know, having fun. So, but this has a lot of stuff on it. There's stuff in here. These are the bags, and a couple layers of webbing, pull strap for the wheelchair. He's been learning some guide work, and this is the counterbalance handle. We never brace, just so you guys know. We don't push down on our dogs at all. This is for counterbalance, for pulling up. You pull up. If you're gonna fall over, you grab it and pull up. Dogs are made to pull. Think of the weight pull competitions and how hard huskies pull. You pull and he counterbalances and braces the other way. Bracing means just pulling the other way, but the harness handle is rigid, so you, when everything goes gray, you reach out and grab it and it's always there. You don't have to fumble for a soft handle and try to find it. So it's just rigid. See how it's attached on the sides? There's no pressure on the spine at all. It's on the sides, just like the momentum pull handle here. The wheelchair, it's on the sides, and the guide handle is on the sides with stability loops. You can kind of see all that. It's a lot of gear. I just have everything together. It's not always used at the same time. I just keep it together, and I'll put it on together. You ready? Sorry, Olaf. Olaf, dress. Good boy. And yes, he's a very colorful dog. As I've explained before, we do a lot of our training at theme parks locally, Disney, Universal. People save for a long time to come here. We don't want them intimidated. We train in groups. We don't want them walking around a corner encountering 6 dogs and being scared. So our dogs look like cartoons to match our environment. And they look like a lot of fun. If you think they look silly, they're supposed to look silly. We don't want people having a bad day because they just ran into 6 dogs and they're scared of dogs. And we use the fun demeanor to initiate a lot of conversations for education and advocacy. There. Oh, look what I did. I do that every time. Every single time. This is a weight disbursement strap, so when you're pulling up, it disperses some of the weight. So it's not all on these 2 straps. Every time I do that. Forget the strap. And then he's all dangling. There we go. It's much better. Goes under the cut here. How's that? Now are you pretty? Now are you pretty enough? It's good enough. If he were really working, I'd adjust it a bit. Okay, you ready? Yeah, he's a good boy. Are you a good boy? You'd often get a cookie. He'd certainly get some cuddles. It's not perfect. You can tell by the way he's walking. It's not perfect. It's too tight somewhere, I can tell. It's good. It's good for you guys. It's good enough. Yeah? Is it good? Is it good? Are you happy? Apparently not.